In the near future, I'm going to take my shirt off again. Not to boast, not to brag, not to say to anyone that, I'm challenging anyone in some capacity or another in terms of my physique. But there's a point that I would like to make, and I'm humble even when I make this statement. And that is, I want minimally men to see, but everyone to see, that you don't have to be obese, you don't have to be overweight. You can have, even at your age in your 50s and your 60s and even 70s, a nice body build. And that all stems from your lifestyle and what you eat and your exercise as well, to some degree. I'm promoting to you today uh, a nutritarian diet. Now, let me say this: I have my flaws, I have my faults. I am like many of you that are watching me right now. I grew up in a society, as we all have, where we were hardwired to eat what was available to us, the American diet. But throughout the years, through my studies on the human body and my martial arts studies and even my health issues towards those latter years up until the present, I have found that there are some things that we were not all aware of as it relates to our bodies and our body's makeup, our body's actual needs, and the things that we were consuming that war against our bodies. We don't have to be sick. We don't have to have hypertension. We don't have to have heart disease. We don't have to have gastrointestinal issues, liver problems, um, brain issues, circulatory issues, period. We don't have to have any form of arthritis if we understand our bodies and act accordingly. We don't. Some of us are getting this information later in life. It's okay. It's better to get information later in life than to never have had it at all, especially if it's going to enrich your life. Everyone has not always been fortunate to get things early on in their lives because information may have not been available to us at that time. But today is a new day. I'm sharing this information with you today. I want you to be healthy. And as I forestated, I have my issues, I have my faults. I do enjoy a few chocolate chip cookies every once in a while. I do. And I might buy a taco at a taco restaurant at some point in time. Haven't had any in a while, but I may do that. But if you don't already know this, I have a 90-10 rule for myself. 90% of what I do is what I control in my life is healthy. The other 10% are my guilty pleasures and those things that I can't control, such as the pollution in the air that I breathe and that you breathe. We can't control that. We're always going to be exposed to chemicals in the world in which we live because the chemicals are always there in some form or fashion, either on your job, when you go to school, out in the environment. Everything that you do, you cannot escape the toxicity in the environment. It's just that simple. So my rule of thumb again is, for me, I try to do 90% of those things that are healthy for myself, and the other 10% are those things that I really can't control, or those guilty pleasures, like the things that I enjoy still, that I grew up with. I think that's a good ratio. Now, you can set your own. I hope it's not 50-50, because really you're playing Russian roulette with your health. So As I said, we are all hardwired since we were a child, to eat the junk food diet in America. Now, unfortunately, the junk food diet in America, or the diet of Americans, most Americans, is laden with toxins, artificial flavors, and artificial uh, anything, enhancers, flavor enhancers, such as MSG and so forth. There are so many chemicals in our foods that are placed there not for our benefit, but for the benefits of the industries that sells those processed foods so that they can make money by keeping those products on the shelves longer. So they put all of these chemicals in there to keep the products on the shelf. But they never consider, you know, us becoming ill down the road. All they care about at the moment is that instant gratification of that profit at the expense of American people's health. So the nutritarian diet is a diet that you must embark on as I'm speaking to you. Start today. Try to purchase and even grow when the climate is appropriate wherever you are. What I'm really getting at is put forth some effort to try to make sure that the majority of your diet is densely nutritional. You need minerals, phytochemicals, and nutrients, and you need vitamins, the various things that are found in your plant life, your beans, and your whole grains, and so forth. What we don't need is food that was processed. Listen to the word processed. It's food that was put together and we call it food. It's not real food. Food is not supposed to hurt us. Food is supposed to nourish us and promote health and longevity. That's what food is supposed to do. So remember this. One of my other many mentors is Dr. Hold on a second. I apologize. I had so much on my mind that I wanted to get out to you and make sure that I didn't forget it. Joel Furman is one of my mentors as well, and this guy is phenomenal. And I've seen people who are his opponents as it relates to nutritional health. They've attacked this man, but he stands firmly on nutritional health. We need to get nutrition in our bodies and stop ingesting, stop eating all of those poisons that's found in restaurant foods, unfortunately, that's found in these other industries, on your job, in the cafeterias, even in our children's schools. Even if you have to pack lunch for your children and you know what's in that lunch because it was done by mom and dad. Okay? Stop assuming and giving all of these outside entities credit for providing for you when they really don't care about you. They care about the bottom line. And we are collateral damage down the road, and we end up in an emergency room under doctor's care because of things that we have put in our bodies that have been toxic and have built up in our system over a period of time. And now we have cancer and various other diseases and maladies that could have been prevented. I know this may have been a lot for you. I'm sorry. The truth is what the truth is anyway, just simply the truth. I'm only saying this out of love. There are going to be some that don't like what I say, but it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is not right, that it's not correct, because it is. There's nothing that I'm telling you that cannot be proven if you really desire to know. Now, is there something wrong? Is there a crime for me to tell you to make sure that you increase the nutrition in your diet and get rid of the junk food? Is there something wrong with that? If there's something wrong with that, with anyone that's watching this, it has to be something wrong with you, not what I'm saying. So, that is, if you really want to live a long and prosperous, healthy life, and expect that also for your children and your grandchildren. This is Brother Teacher. I hope that this was of value to you. Take it with you. Write it on your thumb. Let it become a part of your daily living. Nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. Stay away from all of the processed foods. At best, minimize everything. I'm not saying go cold turkey with anything. It's difficult for everyone. We all handle these situations in different ways and over a period of time. Baby steps. But set out on the journey to great health. You take care.